What's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. This is going to be the next album review for another Metal 2021 release. And I'm going to be reviewing the latest album from UK formed thrash metal titans of Evile, entitled Hell Unleashed. Now this is their first album in close to a decade, their first album in 8 years, since the 2013 album Skull. And also this new album was released through one of my favourite record labels via Napalm Records. Evile had made a discography with a brilliant amount of versatility and an amazing amount of catchy and as a menacing sound. And I'll have to say that Evile are definitely one of the bands where they still deliver and drive on so much into the dedication and the outstanding work on staying true to themselves. And even though they've been going through some lineup changes, this is the first album with a new lineup change involving Old Drake being the first time lead vocal ability musician as well as lead guitarist, and the rest of the band lineup wise pretty much remains as consistent, though replacing one of the previous members. And I'll have to admit that I will find Evile as one of my favourite modern era sounding thrash bands. They have always been one of my favourites in thrash, and as much as I really enjoy some stuff from Havoc to others, Evile, in my opinion, is very much no exception. This album runs for 40 plus minutes, 9 tracks, and I'll have to say that this album was a monster. This is a maddening thrash metal album from the start to the end. Just a great, heavy, versatile sounding album that definitely needs a lot of the massive attention and give Evile a lot of the support, as that I think that this album is worth it of a presentation with some insane results of what this album really brings. The first track on the album, Paralyzed, is an amazing song. It opens in an insane mad introduction with the awesome quick alternate guitar picking and fast drumming as it builds the menacing powerful instrumentation that sounds as mad, and the phenomenal dexterity just sounds astronomical. The vocals from All on this track and the rest of the album, he adds so much great, direct, crisp sound of vocal distortion. He sounded absolutely fearsome and very straight to the point. The guitar sound and the riffs to the track were adventurous. The ascension of the heavy riffs, it's incredibly tight. It sounds absolutely awesome to open the album with a massive banger. To the next track of the album, entitled Gore. It opens things differently to Paralyzed. Sounds on a very good, sludgy-ish, groovy beginning, and then the very quick speed fulfills the tempo, builds so much more aggression. The mark of the instrumentation sounds violent, and the great musicianship sounds as wicked as the music. It was filled to the max with control and awe-inspired, driving amounts of great songwriting. To another track of Incarcerated, which opens things differently, very much into a very moody, mid-tempo sound of the musicianship and sound of the band, something more groovy and more tone, and then, just like the previous track, the aggressive pressure builds as much. But this track is fantastic because it presents a variety of very good riffs and multiple changes, switches things round, which makes the songwriting so diverse. The guitar solos were as great to deliver the crushing punches and kicks. I really like the multiple changes to the track, and also the slow breakdown section to take down the complexity, which works with as much control and a brilliant direct finish. The song which is my favorite and the highlight of the album, Disorder. This is my favorite number on the album. The wicked tapping introduction and the massive sound was fantastic as well. The guitars delivered so massively, and the drums sounded absolutely commanding. The instrumentation sounds as stunning. It's so catchy. That's what I really like a lot onto the album. From the rest of the band, it's just intense. It's intensifying to the max. The track which is, for me, the most mental of the album, The Thing. This is a track that is, as I said, mental, but it's so well crafted. The vast majority of the track sounds ferocious and vicious. It was the most chaotic number. It adds such a perfect mark onto a destructive mode, and one of the other highlights on the album. There is no way that this album can just take you into something soft. This is just as assaulting. The previous albums were great, and also my favorite Evile album at the moment is Five Serpents' Teeth, but this album is their most ferocious sounding. Control from Above is another really good song. It opens on a very thick bass guitar tone, but then the music delivers with some more awesome riffs, and the track goes into a various amounts of progression onto some expansive way of the songwriting that sounds absolutely efficient and outstanding, because it shows Evile some more depth as they do continue to explore some more variety and a brilliant mark of results. And the title track, the finale, Hell Unleashed. This track involves such an incredible arrangement instrumentally on some more alternate picking speed and various structure changes, but this is just as shattering. It shows Evile from the start to the finish of this album that they provide so much skill and a wicked amount of precision. Ol's vocals on the album, as I said, sounded absolutely awesome. I really like his vocal tones, but his guitar solos just frenetic as heck, and the drumming chaotic, and the rest of the band sounded absolutely amazing on the record. You definitely have to check this record out if you are into this sort of vein and the vast presence of this style of thrash metal. So I am really happy and impressed with Evile to come back after 8 years from the last album and to, very much come back with a massive vengeance. The production, from the mixing to the sound of the tones of the guitars to the drums, phenomenal. I loved a lot of the stuff to this record, and I am also curious to know what you personally think of this album in the comments down below. And I'm going to give this album a 9 out of 10. Definitely an album not to miss out on, and give Evile, as I said earlier, a lot of the support. So that's it, guys. It's my review for Evile's latest album, and thank you guys for watching. And as always, I will keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.